Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I've filmed a video properly on my camera. I am so glad to have you guys here. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Marla and I'm a registered holistic nutritionist and homeopathic practitioner and soon to be homeopath. And today I wanted to talk about enemas. I get a lot of questions through Instagram and YouTube and Facebook about whether or not enemas are good for you, whether they are effective, and what are some situations in which you might want to use enemas if they are good for you. So I'm just going to be sharing with you my thoughts, and this video is not going to be about how to do enemas. It's more so just my thoughts about them, when you should be doing them, if you should be doing them, etc. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button, and let's just jump into the video. So enemas are something that I want to throw out there I have never done before. So a lot of you I know are just gonna ask that. So I know I've never done an enema. I've never, I guess, had the need. I have been suggested by my health practitioners several years ago to do enemas, but I never got around to doing it. I didn't like the idea of it. I still don't. That being said, yes, enemas are beneficial, are useful, and definitely have a place. So I find that the best time to do enemas, and if you need to do enemas or you're thinking to do them, the person who really needs to do enemas is the person who is so backed up. So usually constipation, has extreme bloating, everything they eat seems to bother them. They have a lot of parasites, and typically like a lot of skin issues and digestive issues. If you have anything like this, it's a good idea to try and do enemas. Now there are different types of enemas. You can do coffee, water. Some people do apple cider vinegar enemas. There is all kinds of enemas out there. I would say talk to your practitioner to figure out the best type of enemas that you should be doing based on your health condition. And then there are a lot of videos on YouTube and a lot of tutorials on how to do different types of enemas. You don't want to overdo them. I don't suggest people do them every single day for several months. I think that can be a little bit hard on the colon. You want to be careful that you don't use too much water, or you can stretch out your colon and it kind of loses its muscle tone. You want to be careful with the temperature of the liquid or fluid that you're using. So definitely do this safely by working with a practitioner and making sure that they're giving you the correct advice. But enemas can be so helpful. So what they do is they clean out your large intestine and your bile duct. So your bile duct is where a lot of toxins and gunk build up over time as your body detoxifies from the intestinal system. And when it gets backed up, you have an issue with bile outflow. So you're not able to metabolize your fats and your foods, and you have a hard time detoxifying. So enemas kind of clean out the colon and the bile duct. They also forcefully push gunk out of the colon. So parasites that are quite large and are hard to eliminate can really get eliminated through enemas because it forces them out. And I have worked with a lot of clients. I've worked with over 600 clients to date, but so many clients who had major parasitic overgrowth have found really good relief by using enemas. And they would send me pictures every day. As gross as this sounds, they would send me pictures every day of how many parasites are coming out, and they can see them in the toilet, and they are long, and there's a lot of them. And prior to that, we were working together with black walnut and things like that, trying to eliminate them. And yes, we did see parasites, but they were not coming out as quickly as when they started using enemas. So enemas are good because they force things out of the colon. So it's definitely a good option if you think that you have parasites. It's a good chance you do if you have visited countries like India, Asia, Africa, places where the water is not as pure and clean, or a different country in general where you're not used to, and swam in the ocean or lakes where you're not used to, the type of bacteria that they have. So enemas are great because they'll push things out. I don't know how many of you have heard about mucoid plaque, but it's a type of gunky plaque that builds up in the colon and causes constipation because it really prevents food from moving through the colon efficiently, and it triggers extreme inflammation because it just blocks all the toxicity in the body. So it triggers extreme inflammation and skin issues. And mucoid plaque, it's hard to get rid of, and one of the ways that you can get rid of it is using enemas. So definitely enemas have their time and their place, and they can be very beneficial if you do them correctly. And usually people who do enemas notice really quick improvement in their symptoms. They notice improvement in their bowel movements. It can be very, very helpful. It also helps to bring hydration to the colon. So for people who are extremely constipated and need this hydration, it's a good idea to kind of, again, do enemas to really get things moving. Now, you don't want to rely on enemas for constipation or to excrete all your parasites or anything like that. You still want to work on your body by taking antifungals, taking your enzymes, improving peristalsis of the colon, working on your vagus nerve. You want to do things alongside enemas so that you're not just doing enemas, because that alone won't do enough, as your body will just rely on the enemas to excrete, you know, the stool or have a bowel movement. It won't try to do it itself. So you need to train the body to do that with supplements and things like that. But enemas can be very complementary and can be very beneficial. So I like using enemas for that kind of stuff. Again, if you have extreme skin conditions and you feel very toxic and you feel like no matter what you do, you're not detoxing and you just feel inflamed and all that, enemas are probably a good idea for you to help clean out and just assist your body. So I definitely would recommend it. I know a lot of Lyme disease patients and people using enemas and have gotten great relief in a lot of their symptoms. So definitely I'm a huge fan. But again, I've never personally done it. At the time when I started my health journey, they were brought up to me and I was like, I'm willing to try a lot of things, but that sounds gross. I don't want to try that. And so my practitioner didn't push me. Instead, she gave me lots of other supplements and things. But I didn't have a bajillion parasites. I didn't have constipation. I didn't have a lot of these issues. So if I had, I probably would have ended up using enemas, but because I didn't, supplements and dietary changes were sufficient for me to get results. So that's not the case for everyone. And I know a lot of people are overrun with parasites and they're long and they're big, and I would definitely suggest using enemas in that case. So that's what I have for this video. I hope it has given you enough insight into why you might want to be using enemas and, you know, if they're going to be beneficial for you. Like I said, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube showing you how to do it, where to buy the kit, what type of coffee to use. By the way, always use organic. They really give you, you can get a lot of good information on YouTube about that, but check with your practitioner first to decide if you need coffee or water or apple cider vinegar enemas. So really work with someone to do it right and safely, because I have seen them go wrong. You can use too much fluid, you can have too much pressure, you can use the wrong type of fluid, and you can get side effects. So just be careful. But I hope that this video gives you a little bit more insight into why you might want to use enemas. I have had a lot of followers under the impression that enemas were bad for you and that they shouldn't be doing them. So I want to make this video to clear it up, just because I've been getting so many questions on this topic. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I will be talking to you in my next one, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.